Welcome to the Manuchehri podcast. Over the last 30 years, it has been my joy to assist humanity in aligning with their magnificence so they may heal, discover their natural gifts, and communicate with loved ones living on the other side. May you also experience delight while we dance in the powerful, intuitive world of energy. Let's get going. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Energy Meets the Divine. I'm excited for our time together. Before I go to the voicemail lines, one of my favorite things to do, by the way, I'm excited to talk about, again, I know this may be irritating, but anything can change at any moment. I haven't got to the irritating part yet. Anything can change at any moment. People can heal in a second. People can find incredible relationships in a flash of light. People can create phenomenal wealth for themselves very, very quickly. People can discover their passions, their purposes, move into fulfillment with work or hobbies. All of that can happen with a blink of an eye or the snap of a finger. And what allows something to manifest so quickly would be when you allow yourself to surrender and let go of the desire. And I know that's the tricky part. You know, we want something so bad. We deserve it. You deserve everything that you want. You deserve it completely. And you're also working on believing that and trusting that you're worthy and valuable and that you can have this thing that you want or the things that you want, because it could be more than one thing that you desire. And in order to allow for that to occur, you have to change something within your consciousness, your perception that relates to that thing, that you have a perception that's the opposite of receiving it. You are probably unconscious of this perception or it would have already been here. So learning how to surrender and get out of the way and relax into, oh, my consciousness is just moving into different realms of knowingness so that thing can change in a second would be ideal for you. And this is the part that might be a little annoying. Again, I'm talking again about the planet Neptune, because here's some cool things about the planet Neptune. So it's about creativity, spirituality, and intuition. It's very much about your belief system. So it's been, in Pisces for 14 years. It's going to wiggle into Aries at the end of next month. And so you're going to change your beliefs. You're going to have different experiences with creativity, spirituality, and intuition, and you're going to change your belief system. Over that time period, you're going to have a shift in consciousness, a deep, powerful shift that's going to affect you for at least 14 years. It could actually even be a trampoline into another breach of a new form of consciousness that radically changes your life in such a way that you feel like you're living in heaven on earth, which is normal. It's normal to be in that aspect of yourself. So when I'm working with a client and they're asking me a question like, oh my gosh, when will my body get better? And they're scared, they're worried. They may have tried many things, because a lot of people who have health issues, they don't seek out healers first. We're usually the last person that they have, reached out for, kind of out of desperation or frustration, whether their disease process is, super serious or just annoying, or create some problems for them. Typically, energy workers are not the first person that people reach out to. Those who've had successes with the multisensory world and have healed previously or had something remarkably changed in their life from an encounter with a healer, an intuitive, a medium, whatever language you want to use. Yeah, they might go, oh my gosh, my knees have been killing me for weeks now. I went to my chiropractor. They're still not, I'm going to go call that healer and see what kind of information I can get. So when a client is asking me any question, but we're going to talk about health right now, and they're desperate, and they want solutions, and you can feel the neediness that they have. It's like on the tip of their tongue. It's actually almost flying out at the person that they want information from. They just want to suck up the right answer and get everything resolved. So as they're in this desperate energy, which by the way, only pushes things further from you, the solutions that you want come in a place of surrender and letting go, not in a place of, oh, I need to have that resolved right now. It's really hard to get solutions, intuitive insight, to have a new belief system, because we need a shift in perception, especially if someone's been working on something for a long time. We need to have a shift in perception. So as the healer, what I do, since we're talking about health right now, I change their question in my mind, because I don't want that question in my mind. I don't want to move into their desperation, their worry, their fear, even if they have every reason under the sun to be scared, deeply. I don't want that in my brain, because I'm not going to get a good intuitive answer. I'm not going to get the awareness that I know that I can get. I'm not going to get the solutions that could be helpful, even if the next solution doesn't completely change the situation, but it begins the catalyst for change so that they can have a completely different experience with their body. So what I do, my clients don't know this unless they've taken a class from me and I've explained this process to them. I change the question in my mind. So instead of, when is their body going to be better? Because I know that's not going to help intuitively. It's not going to lead into all the potential high vibrational solutions that exist, because there are vibrations upon vibrations and upon vibrations of solutions. When you get an answer that you kind of like, but you don't like, that's from your brain. When you get an answer that you love, that's from the universe. That's from your intuition, not the ego, which is fear driven, but from the expansive, wonderful connection to yourself that you naturally have. So I change the question. I would say in my mind, as I can feel their anxiety, I even step out of their anxiety. I don't want to be in that energy. It's not about not being compassionate. I am compassionate. I want everyone to have the life that they deserve, that they want. I want that for them. But I don't want to be in that energy, because if that energy was going to create the solution, it would have happened already by now. It's not going to create the solution that they want. It's not going to. So in my brain, I say, as I'm resting in the lower half of my body, wiggling my toes, I say, please express to me whatever's in the highest good regarding this person's health. That's what I say in my brain, because I don't know what the solution is, because again, they've already been to doctors, therapists, maybe physical therapists. They've done other things. They've done research. They've taken medication. They may have had surgeries. They've done certain things, because I'm usually not the first person they come to. And that fear, that anxiety, there's never a good solution behind fear. That we're out of alignment when we're in fearful vibration, regardless of the topic. Even if your logical mind, well, how could I not be in fear about that? Well, you got to change your perception. You got to get out of that energy, because of the solutions that you want exist in higher frequencies, and higher frequencies are very far away from low vibrational fear, which is just an illusion. The translation of fear is false evidence appearing real. So the translation of fear, it's false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. So I thought that could be helpful for you all, what you're wanting to create, stepping away from it, detaching, aligning to the universe, starting to trust the universe, raising your vibration, asking the question from a higher perspective, not looking for the exact answer, because the answers and the solutions that come to us that are most effective may have layers to them, because it can take a while for an individual to change their perception. And there could be something the universe wants you to learn. Like some people who are highly holistic, and I was raised that way. My mom rarely took us, if ever, to a doctor. If we broke a bone, yes. Once I had an asthma attack, she took me to the hospital so I could get nebulizer treatments. I think I was 7. So, but other than that, no. And we did get vaccines because they were mandated, but only the bare minimum of vaccines. And that's a lovely way to be raised. I'm not against it. But what I thought was so fascinating, it was when I became a nurse, there were so many cool things I saw in the hospital that I can tell you, if my mother and her friends, or even some of my siblings, had a serious situation with their health that was not resolved holistically, they still would not go and have a medical procedure that could change their life, heal their body, and move forward, because they have fear about it. So they can't hear the universe giving them a solution like, oh, go to the doctor, have this very minimal procedure and you will be thrilled, because they don't recognize that creation made everything, including hospitals and scalpels and surgeons. We just have a lot of people, at least in the United States, who have only relied on modern medicine, which has its limitations in terms of the health that it can bring to the body. So people who are on chronic pharmacology, probably it's not the best thing for their body. Temporarily for acute situations, great. And then get on holistic. But we haven't had an emergence like the French or other countries where they believe in both aspects of healing, and they're used interchangeably based on what the patient really needs, what's in their best interest. So people who are on either side of the divide, who are fiercely, adamantly only agreeing to one form of healing, that's not using the full scope of your intuition. That's a fear-based paradigm, because creation made everything. Okay. So those are my thoughts for today. I'm going to go ahead and go to the phone lines and start listening to questions and giving you my intuitive perceptions. Okie dokie.
Hi, Marie. This is Erica from Virginia. I'm calling to ask about dating. My 26th birthday is actually tomorrow, and I kind of feel that I feel very magnetic right now for dating. And I just want to mention, too, that you and I had a session about a year ago, and I was with somebody at the time that I was questioning marriage with, and you sort of told me to take marriage off the table, and that was really helpful advice for me. And I did end up breaking up with him when I felt joy about breaking up with him, like you advised. So I'm very grateful for that. But now that I'm going back into the dating world, I feel a little bit unsure about where the best place to meet somebody is. In the world of dating apps and bars, nothing's really feeling super good to me in terms of a good place to meet somebody. So I'm curious if my guides have any advice for me there. I'm also seeing somebody. I've been on about 3 dates with somebody right now that I'm feeling unsure about. And I know you also told me that I would be sure of whoever I'm supposed to marry immediately. Right. And I am trying not to overthink and just focus on my body and how I feel around this person and my intuition. I would love to hear from you, and I hope you're well. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Yes, I'm well. I don't think I said immediately. I mean, maybe we'd have to listen to the recording, because I record all my sessions for those of you who've never had a session with me before. And we give the recording to our client. We destroy them after, I think, a period of time, a few months, then we destroy them. So I just think you'll be sure when you meet someone that you've dated for a while that you know you want to marry. And I don't know what a while would be, but it sounds like to me you're still in this fearful place. You're scared. You're terrified. You're worried. You've got to get out of that energy. You have to let go. You have to let the universe help you. You need to surrender. So surrendering, and I know what I'm about to say, it's going to sound a little confusing. Surrendering means, because this is the hugest form of manifesting, means that you're happy with your life exactly the way it is. That means happy that you don't know. That you don't know. You're happy with it. So you're going to have to work on that, because it's a shift in perception. And also happy that you've already met the person, even if you don't know you've met the person. So manifesting, the highest form of manifesting is where you straddle both of those realities. You love where you are. You're in the present moment. You're learning something for sure. You're having experiences. I mean, I wish discos were still popular. I mean, I wish there were underage discos, because everyone of every age would go to underage discos. They were so fun, at least when I went. Day breaking is, they have them around the country, and they rent dance venues, excuse me. They rent dance venues that people don't have to be 21 to go to. I know you're 26, and they're in the morning before work, and they have coffee there, and granola bars and orange juice, and people just dance for a couple hours. It's really fun. I've been to several of them in the past. I think that's a great way to meet people because it's out of sync of the normal happenings. It's not 10 o'clock at night. It's in the morning before you go to work and you get a workout and you get to meet people, and it's just a different kind of environment. That could be really fun for you. But overall, you also need to let go of where and how and when you're going to meet someone. When you surrender and get out of the way, that means you're trusting the universe. So how, what, where, when, or why needs to be off the table because the universe wants to surprise you. It wants to go, surprise, you met this person when you were walking on the beach, So unless something feels good, if it doesn't feel good to go to bars and hang out, which that doesn't sound like fun to me, don't do that. If it doesn't feel good to be on an app, don't do it. I once was working with a client who decided she wanted to move into another relationship. She had never done online dating, and I was highly recommending it for her. I don't know why, like the heavens were just telling me, have her do online dating. She was like, I'm not going to do that. I've never done that before. That just sounds terrible. And I'm like, please go do it. So I think the first person she met on online dating is the person she's with years and years later. So do things differently. I know that doesn't make sense what I said. Like she didn't have experiences on online dating. Those people have had experiences and they don't like it. That's different. She didn't have any experiences. She was just in her head about it. And she met the person that she's been with for years from that very first online date. She didn't have to spend a lot of time online dating. She just met the right person at the right time. So you need to get out of control and trying to make this happen. And you need to start to feel that it's already happened, not how, what, where, or when, but it's just already happened, while you're also feeling enormously grateful for being a single person, because you are young, you're 26, a single person who is healthy and happy and ready to have different experiences, just exactly the way you are right now. That's your primary job. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Marie. My name is Cheryl, and I'm from San Diego, California. I was at a place called the Omega Center in New York last week, and someone there suggested that I look into you and what you do. So here I am. Back in the 1990s, I was diagnosed with lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. And even though these are two incurable diseases, I managed to heal from them. I tell people that it was a deeply spiritual journey, and it involved listening to myself, trusting my heart to make changes in my work and marriage, and saying no to others and releasing suppressed emotions. But now, 25 years later, I have Parkinson's. And I've seen a naturopathic doctor, done some alternative therapies, and working with my traditional Western medicine doctor as well. In evaluating what needs correction in my life, I've been meditating and praying. I've doing exercise just about every day, eating a really healthy plant-based diet. And I've been in therapy to deal with some losses, some chronic stress and trauma. I think I've done a really good job improving and elevating my daily thoughts and emotions since this journey began 3 years ago. But to be honest, I've recently felt that I'm a little bit lost and stalled out on my healing journey, and I'm not quite sure why. For a number of reasons, I just sold my equine therapy business and my horses, and I plan to spend some more time painting, which has brought me a lot of joy. But I feel something is missing, and I'm hoping you might shed some light on this for me. I really would like to know what it's going to take to heal. Thank you in advance, Marie, for all that you're doing to help others. It's my hope that I can heal from this and go on to help others heal too.
That sounds
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and that sounds exciting. And yeah, the Omega Institute is a lovely place in New York. I've been there, I've taught a couple times there, so it's really fun. And congratulations on healing these other diseases. I personally believe that anything can be healed. That's what I believe. And I believe each person is their own best healer, because again, it's about a shift in perception. So the shift in perception for Parkinson's disease is surrender. Get out of the way. Stop trying to control. You are a little controlling, in my opinion, you can disagree with anything that I say, by the way. Arthritis is another form of control that requires surrendering. So surrendering means, and this is the tricky part, where you're doing all the right things to help your body to be healthy so that it can resolve this health issue. But it means being a little bit more or a lot more spontaneous about it, listening to your energy and the flow of your light, not what you think is the right thing or what you were told is the right thing by others, but what is your light communicating to you? So surrendering can feel like, especially to someone like yourself, as if you've given up. That's kind of like the first feeling people get, like it's an accurate sensation that, oh, I've failed. I'm giving up, because you're the type of person, which is a good quality, by the way, where you turn every rock over to find a solution. I like that quality, but surrendering does not involve that. And Parkinson's requires letting go, surrendering, getting out of the way, trusting the universe. So in a way, it's kind of straddling, again, this manifesting technique that's super strong and powerful, appreciating the present moment. Can you love? This is what I say to all my Parkinson's clients that I've had over the years. Can you love Parkinson's disease? Can you value it? Can you be present with it? Can you appreciate it? Can you appreciate what it's teaching you? And I think because you resolved other health issues, that you can, while you also feel gratitude, not how the gratitude came from not working too hard, none of those things, but you feel gratitude that your body is healthy and powerful, and that the neuro activities in your body are excellent and healthy and vast and powerful. So you're going to have to learn how to surrender. My favorite what if question on this topic is, what if I get out of the way? Or it could be, what if I just stop and trust? That could be a good one for you. And I would repeat that in your mind silently throughout the day. What if I let go and trust? What if I get out of the way and trust? Because when you say a positive what if question, it starts to calibrate the subatomic particles in your brain to match the solution, the vibration of the solution of that question. And when it does that, the particles then want to move throughout the rest of the body to calibrate the rest of your physical form. So the new subatomic particle vibration moves past the blood-brain barrier, and then it starts to affect you from your head down to your toes, and it starts to run your energy in a different pattern. So that's what I would start using, is positive what if questions that have everything to do with surrendering, getting out of the way, letting go, not caring so much, not having to work so hard to get a solution, because you are convinced on some level, not just about this, but about a lot of things, that you have to work really, really hard, which is great. You sold your business. Congratulations. I think that's wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, Marie. My question is, my son crossed over 2018.
I'm so sorry.
I have had many little things happen which were very woo-hoo. I am so desperate to connect to him. And I want to ask him, what was his purpose for being here on earth, and whether he had fulfilled what he came here to do. Also, does he have a message for me? And does he realize how much he is missed and loved?
He knows.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so sorry about your son passing. I truly, truly am. And I could hear him talking. One of the first things he says is, "Isn't my mom so beautiful? She's so beautiful." One of the things he loves about being on the other side is that you can see the beauty so deep within a person. Like, it's so obvious, it's so clear, it's powerful. It's as if our skin sings beautiful melodies, out loud, like flowers, like, because the flowers in heaven sing, they make sounds. They're very musical creatures. So he's having a blast over there. He knows how much he's missed. He said that's the one thing that he had to work on originally when he crosses, not to be burdened in any way by what everybody in the family was feeling, which was hard for him. He knows, all souls know as they're leaving their body, that it's their time to go. He says to me, because he knows the questions that you have before you even say them, that his purpose doesn't matter. He says it doesn't really matter. He said there's so many purposes embedded into the vibration and energy that we bring to earth that, of course, many of them are fulfilled. He did say something to me about something that he was working on, that he had glimpses and moments of it is true play. It's true abandoned playfulness. It's kind of like when my grandchildren come over here, they like me to chase them, all of them. When I go to North Carolina to see Florence and Misha and Seth, the first thing Florence says before I even put my suitcase down is, Mimi, chase me. And I actually love it. It makes me very happy and it's a good workout. I just chase the grandkids in circles, and we laugh and we squeal and we catch each other and they say, do it again. And it's very playful. That's one of the things your son wanted to experience here on earth. And he tells me that he had moments of it. And he said, now it's your turn, Mom. It's your turn to learn how to play, how to really let go, and that's how you're going to feel that connection with him, is through you having authentic moments of play. You can't make it up. I mean, you certainly could drive by a playground and go, oh, there's a swing in there. I'm going to go swing, because maybe that doesn't do it for everyone, but that makes me playful. Just remembering jumping off the swing and, getting scared when someone's pushing you really hard so that it feels like your feet are going to touch the sky. Moving into childlike play he says was the optimal, moving into childlike play, he said, was the optimal experience he hoped to have on earth. And he did have those moments. But now he says, tag, you're it. He's playful. Your child is in this authentic energy of his. It's normal and natural for him to be in play. And that's what he says. You want to connect with me, Mom? Go play. I know. Maybe jump rope, hopscotch, chase some little kids around. If you live close to me, you could come over here and help me chase the kids. Because it's really fun. That's why I have to exercise so I can keep up with them. Yeah, they're getting bigger. They're heavier. They're fast. They're going to get faster. Yeah, I got to keep working out. Okay, thank you.
This is a question about atrial fibrillation, which I've been experiencing over the last couple of years. And my two very good cardiologists have tried medications, which my body doesn't seem to like.
Nope.
The only step left in there is ablation.
Right.
And again, I'm not getting that this would be the right thing to do.
It is.
So kind of a stalemate in that arena, and I was hoping that you might be able to give me some insight on what else I might be able to do. I have done some energy work on it, or had energy work done on it.
Yeah.
I do have
red light, everything.
The red light therapy, as you often recommend to folks. And the other thing is that this is coupled with fatigue. So
it's exhausting.
I don't know if one influences the other, or they are just having a party together. But anyway, we'd very much appreciate you checking in and seeing if there's any insights you can offer me. Blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn, and many, many blessings too. Ablation, 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 ablation. You have a resistance to modern medicine, which is fine. A lot of people do, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I love holistic medicine. But if I had already tried I think ablation is super, super cool. But if I had already tried holistic medicine and other things and they didn't work, and I had any type of fib, AFib or VFib going on in my body, and ablation works great. First of all, they're going to put you under. So ablation, for those of you who don't know, it's where they burn the lining of the heart muscle. They also use it for women who have uncontrollable uterine bleeding, which most of the time happens in menopause, but it could happen, everyone's different. So they burn the inside lining it's really remarkable, of the uterus too. And then the uterus grows a new lining, and then it stops bleeding. So the heart grows new tissues. These are very thin linings. It's very common ablation. They've been doing it for a really long time. I think they did it on the uterus way before they did it on the heart muscle. And I think it was, I don't think they always put people under twilight initially, so maybe you felt some of that energy. Sometimes with fibrillation, which does make you tired because you're not getting, your heart's not fully pumping the blood in the direction that's best for you. It's pulsating on it, right? So yeah, you can get tired from it. That's pretty common. That's not unusual. So sometimes when it comes to cardiac ablation, you'd need to have it more than once, like 2 times. I had one client that had to have it 3 times. He was quite young and it worked for him perfectly. So ablation, please go get the ablation. You will love it. It'll work. You'll be done with it. Even if you have to do it more than once, you're going to be done. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. So I think your cardiologists were correct. And you need to, in my opinion, but you never have to do anything I say, embrace all forms of healing. So a lot of people who are devoted to modern medicine need to embrace holistic medicine, and the time. Holistic medicine takes more time typically. I mean, it would depend on a person's belief system, but it's not as quick as modern medicine. But as we all know, modern medicine can have side effects if we're taking pharmacology because it's made in a lab. It's artificial. It's not like vitamin C, which is vitamin C IV can be great and help heal all kinds of things with individuals. So we have a whole bunch of people in the United States that need to go learn how to meditate, how to rest, how to change their perception, fall in love with healthy food, and take supplements. I've been taking supplements my entire life. My mother and everyone in my family has their own pharmacy of vitamins, right? But you're the opposite. You are the opposite, Cheryl. Lynn, you're the opposite, Lynn. You need to embrace modern medicine. Go get some ablation done. You'll be happy. Of course, you don't have to do anything I say. Thank you for your question. It was great.
Hi, Marie. My name is Olya. I live in Bay Area, California, and I just love your podcast. Thank you for doing that. I have a question to you. I've just had my second miscarriage lately, and it's been really sad. But I also feel like I'm learning something from this experience, and I was wondering if you have any insights on why those miscarriages might be happening. Is it me who's not ready, or like just kind of going through some kind of path to that point? Is it that my soul wanted to learn something through having those experiences, or maybe it's a baby who is not ready to come yet, or maybe the other souls tried to come but didn't? So I'm wondering if you have any insights around this. And my second question is about my work. I don't like my current job, but it's very good paying corporate job, and I'm good in this, but I don't enjoy it. I was wondering if I should change it just for another like similar job in a different organization, or maybe I should explore something completely different. I know that I like creative things. I like pottery. I like styling. I like personal styling. I like house styling and decorations. I also like psychology, and I was considering coaching, but I haven't really done much in those directions, and those feels more like dreams and hobbies than actual work. So I was wondering if you have any insights into what path might be helpful for me long term. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you do.
You're very welcome. I do think those dreams and hobbies are what we're supposed to be doing, like what really inspires us. That's what work feels like. That's what my job feels like. Even though today's Wednesday, it's actually February 26th. I'm recording in the Pacific Northwest. I've been busy all day today. Like I really haven't had much rest, and I'm still having a blast. I'm still having fun. Tomorrow I'll have lots of rest. I barely have to work tomorrow. So that's normal. To what you're attracted to, what brings you joy, what inspires you. That's the work we're supposed to do in the world. Maybe not the exact thing, but that's the vibration you want to follow. But I want to talk about the miscarriages. So souls who enter a womb, so the fetus that's in the womb, they only enter not always, but the majority of the time, just before birth. So souls don't enter into wombs if they know there's going to be a miscarriage of some sort or an end of the pregnancy, unless a soul doesn't want to come to earth but wants to feel so wanted, which can happen with miscarriages with women who really want to have a baby. A soul will move in there who perhaps has had a few lifetimes where their parents didn't want them, kind of like what might happen in the US now that not everybody in the country can get an abortion if they want to, or even potentially birth control. We don't know how much handmaiden tale situations may occur. Hopefully it's zero. So in previous times where there wasn't health care for women and women would have many, many children, of course, not all women were thrilled when they got pregnant again. And maybe their partners weren't either. In some of our previous years, children would die young. And so people would have, many children because they didn't know how many of their children were going to survive. And when we lived on farms and worked on farms, we needed help from the offspring that were created. So sometimes a soul could have a wound that they want to heal. And there's all kinds of ways we could heal. We could even heal instantly. But some souls want to go, I'm going to go to earth. I'm going to go in this person's womb. They're not going to have a full-term baby. And I just want to feel loved and adored and cherished for just like a couple weeks, a couple months, or something of that nature. And then I'm going to take that healing that I received from this very short period of time and go off into the heavens and see how I am manifesting in the universe with additional, authentic, incredible love from a being who never even met me. That's going to be very healing. So you don't have to worry about they're not ready. There are so many souls that want to come to earth. This is a hot potato. Earth is a hot potato. 8 billion human souls here. Whales have souls. Rocks have souls. The oceans have souls. There's a lot of souls here. And then humanity, every blade of grass. There's a lot of souls. I'm curious because how I look at when women are having infertility issues, which doesn't mean that you are per se. I always say, look at your relationship with your mom. What was it? Was there something lacking? Or was there something you don't want to be like? Do you push that relationship away? Did it end prematurely? Did something happen? That's what I want you to look at. And I want you to recognize you're going to be a different mother than your mother. You're going to take all the beautiful things that she offered to you, and you're going to integrate them with all of your own maternal, amazing energy and intuition. But that's what you want to look at. Your relationship with your mother, whether you have one or not. You don't have to go have one if you don't want one, which I don't think is the case. I don't know for sure. But you have to come to some peace about what kind of a mother you will be, and that you will take the good qualities of your mom and infuse them with your amazing mother qualities and be a phenomenal parent to your future offspring. That's where the work is, right there. Thank you, everyone, for calling in and leaving a voicemail, and for everyone for listening to this podcast. Have many, many joyful blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.